Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to explain you about, are you writing still XPath and CS in your automation? Then stop it right now. You don't need to write a single XPath or CSS in order to perform actions on down page. I am going to explain you a simple getBy methods which are effective and no need to write a single XPath or CSS. Okay. Regarding that, so I'm going to create a first test spec file. So this is the Playwright automation framework structure. Inside there is a folder called test where you write actual text. Okay. So this is new file. Click new file. Say getBymethods.spec.ts. Either spec.ts or you can use test.ts. I am using spec.ts. Okay. I am going to write a test block which contains two arguments. One is the test title, which means a test case title. You can say test case title. Okay. So use of getBy methods. And second argument would be async function. This is the async function. So we'll have to resolve the issues. The first one is, see, you can't find a test. We need to install this. We already installed it, but we have to import test. Right? Import. In order to import, add curly braces, write a test from where? From @playwright test library. Okay. Now the red error has gone. Okay. Now we'll have to log in, navigate to URL. So since the test block is a async function, you'll have to write await before each line of code. Await page, but see, you don't see any page, but you'll have to destructure the page object from the Playwright fixture. How? Right. Curly braces inside mention page. See, page is the object which comes from Playwright fixture. Yeah, we'll have to use like this. Okay, page. Then page start go to method will help you to navigate any URL. Okay, fine. Now say I wanted to click products link. Okay, you will see the list of products here. How? Right click. Okay, right click, inspect it. Yeah, click on this button, hover on product screen. Okay. Right. Usually what you do, you will write an XPath or CSS by using the href for the attribute value, right? Like this, right? Slash @href bracket slash. Since this element has an anchor tag, right? Yeah. These 6 elements are highlighting, but you can write it, but no need to write this XPath actually under to click products. I'm going to show you a simple way. Okay. So usually think about a user's perspective. Uh, how do you know, right? These are the buttons are, these are the anchor links are this text. See, by looking at this product text, right? You will click the products test, right? Say this will be the input box, right? You won't try to expect by clicking this, right? You're supposed to enter data because is has a input tag, right? Similarly, you won't enter the data here because it is a button. It is when we see this, we click it, right? Similarly, here you won't type the data. You will just click it, right? By using the products text, right? Right. So here in Playwright, we have a method called getByRole. So this method is only for role based elements. Okay, right click and element. Role here means See, when you inspect it, you will see the element has made of anchor tag, right? Which means this has a element has a anchor role, right? So when you type anchor, you won't accept it because getByRole takes two arguments. Yeah, the first two argument would be the element since our element has made up of anchor tag, right? You type link, okay, then comma. The second argument would be in the curly braces. How do you know this is an element of products? By looking is products, right? Right. Just copy and here name. They have to mention the name and the single code you mention it, right? Dot click. Simple, right? See, here have you written any XPath or CSS? Nothing, right? And it is easy to understand too, right? Playwright automation is only for user perspective. Yeah. Next, let's say you click products. Now you want to enter some data here. Just cover it and edit. Yeah, fine. So usually what do you do since this is XPath, right? We'll write XPath, okay, by using class equal to at the rate class, then slash slash div is highlighting element, but we need the input element exactly, right? Slash slash input. I- Now it enters the data, but in modern web automation, we don't need XPath or CSS. We know in the sense means XPath and CSS are the last priority. Okay. If you don't find any getByRole or getByPlaceholder or everything, you can go for either XPath or CSS. Okay. Now I'll write a or I will try to enter the data here in the input, which means text box without writing a XPath or CSS. Okay. Here you will see a placeholder. Whenever you see a placeholder, that should be input actually. Dev write a input element for using the placeholder. Okay. Just copy this placeholder attribute value. Then provide. Do you think only getByRole is available? No. We have a 6 getBy methods are available. The first thing is getByAltText, getByLabel, getByPlaceholder, getByRole, getByTestId, and getByTitle. 7 methods are available. Okay. Since this element has placeholder, right? We'll directly use placeholder, getByPlaceholder. Inside that, paste this attribute value dot. In order to enter the data in Playwright, fill method is used. Fill black dress. Okay. Now let's try to execute this file. Okay. So usually you see a right side triangle, right? Inside it. If you want to go to view command palette and you reload window. Okay. It just needed some time to add it. Just click it. It takes some time. Mm, GitHub actions, nothing. A reload window. Okay. Then go to the testing, right? Here. This is the Playwright at VS Code because I installed the Playwright VS Code extension. Okay. Inside the extension, right? See, this is the Playwright attached to VS Code. It will be useful for you can install it. Okay. This icon, click testing, click the test, right? This is our spec file. Click it. Now try to run test. The Chrome has invoked. It navigate to URL. Okay. It tried to click products, but it did not. Yes. See, because it has failed, because it failed due to strict mode violation. Because when with the elements with product's name and has a link has 5 elements, so you should have only one matched link, right? So you can do what thing? We can write exact true. Okay, let's try to click it. So I'll add a page timeout here. Page the wait for timeout for 5,000 seconds, which means 5 seconds. Now let us run it again. Right? It clicked. It is waiting for 5 seconds. Once it is done, it entered a black trash. See, right? The test case, you can see the test case has passed. So have you written any XPath or CSS? No, right? So in Playwright, you no need to write XPath or CSS to find an element. You just use inbuilt getBy commands. Because if you write an XPath using a class value or input or text value, what if the developer changes those elements? It may fail in future, right? But these getBy methods are reliable and trustworthy, and this method, most of the test cases would pass if you have written this uh, in this way. Okay? Let's meet in the next lecture. Thank you.